Primaveras de amor. Hay mucho calor. Feel the proverbial frog in the pot. Whether you like it or not, it's getting hot. It ain't gonna stop. You can fry an egg on that black top. Jalapeno, habanero, solar flares and fire needles. Whipping it like Barbados. Hay mucho calor, como un luchador. Hay mucho calor, primaveras de amor. Hay mucho calor. Feel the proverbial frog in the pot. Whether you like it or not, it's getting hot. It ain't gonna stop. You can fry an egg on that black top. Jalapeno, habanero, solar flares and fire needles. Whipping it like Barbados. Hay mucho calor, como un luchador. Hay mucho calor, primaveras de amor. Hay mucho calor. Feel the proverbial frog in the pot. Whether you like it or not, it's getting hot. It ain't gonna stop. You can fry an egg on that black top. Jalapeno, habanero, solar flares and fire needles. Whipping it like Barbados. Hay mucho calor, como un luchador. Hay mucho calor, primaveras de amor. Hay mucho calor.
Bueno. Skipping the light fandango. That's a fun saying. It just means we're skipping all the BS belief systems, talking about 5 universal truths today that this particular volunteer has been working on accepting. And she asked a lot of questions about her own existence. It was, what, a crisis, maybe, of consciousness. It started a lifetime ago. And so the plain and simple fact is that, in some sense, that Nora could make sense of her own place in this world, existence, that she's here, is true in some solid sense. And because she has a right to exist here on this planet, she signed the contract with herself, a commitment to keep showing up, regardless of how many lifetimes it took for her to get it through her thick head that she belongs here on this planet. She's worthy of existing here. And that's it. It's not that hard. Not this one. 1 + 1 is what we do here as far as giving Nora the answers to her questions in a way that she can understand and absorb and digest, and then poop out the things that she doesn't like and keep the rest. So, yeah, I mean, we exist, right? That's pretty easy. Check. Done with that particular line of questioning. Everything is here and now. That's number 2. Well, it depends on who we're talking with, through, by, sitting with, here. Everything is here and now. In Nora's mind, She's accepted that she is the creator goddess of her world. She creates this every time that she wakes up. And it's all of her ideas. Everything Nora can do to put herself together in one place with her singular focus, her ability to just STFU, be quiet and listen to herself and remain focused on what she's trying to say in this moment where everything is happening for her, or not. Nothing's going on. Nothing is going on here. We're in a quiet place, in a room, someplace in the world, someplace on the planet that Nora claims as her personal space where everything happens now. So she decided that that was true. Yay. Everything is happening here and now for Nora. This is where her body is sitting, and she's either performing a whole lot of BS for herself right now, putting on a really fun show that she's having a good time producing, writing, acting out, whether everything is happening for her here now. That's her ability to focus her energy and understand also that you get what you put out. The type of energy that Nora's working with now is one that she had to walk herself into and walk away from a lot of, social memory complexes, things that might have been true at some point for her and then no longer. So she walked away from that and decided that she's going to sit down and just listen to herself, her own consciousness, for half a minute, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4.5 seconds more. You know, if she decides that at 11:01 a.m., 5/27/2026, she's done with this, I don't care. I'm not listening, because this ugly thing, cosa fea, is just like hashtag wow, way out there. Thinking that she's somebody, thinking that she's somebody's mom, hashtag, doing her best, right? Putting out something from herself that is fun, that creates a curiosity within her, that uses her own voice, so she's got no choice but to listen, right? She does have a choice, obviously. She can walk away, take her body, vehiculito, hashtag, and walk away and do something else that's more interesting, more fun, better looking. Do something else that she, in her heart of hearts, would rather do rather than this. And, put out a different frequency somewhere else. But since everything is happening here and now for Nora, she can go off in her little squirrel brain in 13 different directions, right? And allow the particular probable self that followed that line of questioning or thinking or action or emotion, allow those beings, ideas that do exist here and now. In Nora's body is where her singular focus exists, and is her greatest joy to sit her wide ass down and listen about some truth that she wanted to hear from herself, so that she couldn't mistake the message and think that it was coming from somewhere else out there. Something she couldn't trust. So, now that Nora's trusting her trusting herself, trusting her look, trusting the projector that is working well for her now. um, she's putting out a different flavor, a different signal, a different frequency, a different energy, a different vibe, uh, a different sounding voice, just so that she could like, oh wait, mom's voice feels different. It sounds different. Oh, I gotta listen to that. I gotta make sure I pay attention to this thing that's coming out of this vessel, loud and clear, putting out some sort of frequency, some sort of love inside of herself toward a world that doesn't give one hot damn about this thing, because in about 1, 2, 3, 4.5 seconds, there she goes again. Bye. Bye, squirrel. Go like something else. We're not here to be liked. We're not here to be disliked either. Nora's here to just feel neutral about everything. To step off and step away from her own BS, belief systems, beautiful and shitty at the same time, that come together, come at her every morning, every second, not every morning, every day, every second of the day, every half a second of the day, now, where everything happens. All of these ideas are just coming through. And she shits them out, or lets them come out a different hole. Putting out and wanting to receive equal amounts of recognition and love that she's animating, writing about here in a place where she exists. And everything is happening for her. Right. Ooh, number 4 is a tough one because, yeah, okay, so we know that we exist. We're here making some sort of noise for someone named Nora. This is her situationship we're working on, collaborating with her to bring together 13 ideas from different dimensions and possibilities of existence. And yeah, we're here where everything happens for Nora, sharing some time and space and the knowingness of her body. Gathering after Nora's little light and her beacon changed colors. Ooh, what's that? What's that light over there? She sounds different. She's doing something different with herself. Not the same old thing. Hashtag the same BS as usual, as always. But one day, Nora was like, all right, I'm done with all of that BS. I'm going to do something different because I get what I put out. And if I'm bored with this situation, I'm just going to get some boring stuff back thrown at me. Uh, from all sorts of directions. And in having come to terms and reconciliation with herself over the last few years, specifically, but also over her lifetime, and then all the other lifetimes that it took her to arrive and get to this place, having recognized herself in every lifetime, timeline, dimension, as the one singular focus, putting out and receiving uh, a similar frequency And then coming together as the all-in-one. One is all Taurus, donut, donut hole of a place here in Nora's body, called within, called her consciousness, called herself out in many different ways, and then corresponded. What was in correspondence and still is, will always be in correspondence with her community and her world and her universe. And every time her little bubble bumps into someone in that co-created space, right here, this one, where it all happens, it's all happening here and now. Nora is this body, somebody's mom, hashtag. And then she's, out roaming the unknown, not in any particular direction. She's in the dark. There's no right and there's no wrong and there's no left and up or down. There's just this whole full of possibilities. And since everything is happening now, it's all of Nora's uh, worst nightmares, right? She wants to go ahead and animate that. She can go ahead and do that. As the singular focus who sits with herself and just wants to listen. She's got no feelings about the message coming through. She's got zero opinions. All we're doing is accepting, allowing, giving permission here, and with the use of Nora's body and her voice. Uh, and this being a voluntary practice. No one here is trying to change anything in Nora's situationship with herself. Nora loves herself or not, depending on the circumstance that she finds herself experiencing in her human condition. She loves herself or not. And everything in between. The range of possibilities that we could experience here in Nora's body is a beautiful mishmash, beautiful mishmash of just a lot of intersectional living, and giving Nora a wider scope, larger point of view, right? Panning away from the tree and going up into the clouds, the bird's eye view. Um, we can change the perspective here at any given moment. This is an improvised mediumship practice where Nora is just putting something out and getting something back. That's it. Whatever that out is and whatever that in is, those are the details of her particular life. And because we don't deal with that BS, belief systems, right, that are encased very solidly in Nora's body all the time. All the time in every possible body that she could inhabit. It's her choice. And she walks into a situation very slowly. Been doing that, stepping aside, stepping away from the fast ideas that want to just ride on by, fly high above her head. Below, right? She's not underground. She's walking on the surface. All of these ideas that always are wanting to share some time with this individual here. These are all beautiful ideas, and there's nothing to change that we can think about here in Nora's body. Nothing needs to change with her today, or this moment, or ever. Although change is the only constant. So at some point, if the rubber band stretches, with the polarity too far apart, something's got to give in the middle, right? And we're not here to stretch Nora in any way that she doesn't allow. And with her continuing support and collaboration, uh, that things change all of a sudden. That too is true. That they never change, that's only because somebody thinks so. uh, any amount of change that Nora can manage, any amount of change that Nora can manage to collect off the street, right? Penny for her walks. She's getting paid at least a little bit to just sit with herself and walk with herself and be here all at the same time. The feeling in her body feels the change happening because she thought about something, wanted to see a different outcome, and then, processed an idea and took some actual physical steps out here in her planet Earth, uh, making something, making something, making somebody's mom hashtag do nothing, not asking anything in return here with Nora for her collaboration and permission. All we ask is that she be silent and sit still and pay attention, listen to herself for about half a minute or an hour or two, sometimes, or more. Whatever amount of work that Nora wants to put into this, into herself, she's free to have it be none. Don't got time for this? Mm-mm. All right, we got to go do something else for a while. That's fine too. Taking our breaks from like this fabulousness is a good thing. Too much of a good thing. Too much, too fast, too soon. We're not here to blow anybody's mind, especially our volunteer mind, Nora. Her brain, very solid, inflexible in a lot of ways. Well, a lot that she's let go of, 5 that she kept, right? Um, yes, things never change. Es siempre lo mismo. Mismo lío, hashtag. Uh, things never change. And sometimes they do, and sometimes they change a lot. There's a whole range of possibilities that Nora can animate here. We're sticking with 13. We're sticking with 13 because that's enough. That's enough of a circle of friends that Nora can work with all at once, right? Feeling each other out, asking the questions that we need to be satisfied will bring us closer to the polar opposite, something that Nora could never like, never love, something that just repels her so badly that never in 10 lifetimes would she touch that with a 10-foot pole or 13-foot pole. She would never touch that thing, right? And then she was like, ¿Por qué no sí? ¿Por qué no sí? Let me try that and see what happens. The worst thing that could happen here with Nora in her body that does exist and has, the solid feeling of being her best friend, her own best friend, uh, loving herself through all of these changes that she's going through in her physical body. I mean, shoot, that's 5 decades of things just happening, popping. Now we're popping less. We we walked through, the all of the air, todos los aires that were like kind of stuck in Nora's body. We walked through all of that, heard the pop, pop, and snap and crackle that her feet were causing, like the reverb. That fun reverb at the club, right? You feel it through your feet. Oh, how fun is that, right? It just flows through because you're relaxed and you're having a good time, and that moment is your greatest joy. And here Nora is expressing that in some way, expressing that in some way that she loves and is fun for her, and gives her some sort of proof. If she's looking for proof that she exists, okay. So digitally now, yeah. Okay, so I exist here on this level as myself. And doing this work is my personal BS opinion, nothing else. Always bears repeating here because Nora is like, okay, we gotta just make sure that we're clear, and we gotta say that 20 times, 30 times, until I understand what's going on here, what's happening with me. It's me doing some work on myself. And this is what it looks like. It looks like an ugly thing, sometimes like, you know, demonstrating, I don't know, what the hell is going on with this, right? That's sort of like wow, that's kind of a change from like a 180 degrees of silence. Where Nora sat for a long time just observing, herself from the third eye point of view, just a little bit higher than her head. This is her higher consciousness, right? Not looking down, but looking through Nora's eyes at her situationships, 13 of them. That's enough and plenty of a bite. With the, possibilities and the multiverse just doing the math is not what we're here for. We're here for like just 1 + 1. For a while, because Nora takes her time in coming to recognition and reconciliation with herself, and that's great. She's a curious and animated friend. She's got the energy in her body, and we feel that. We match that same energy with her. And come on through and sit with her. Give her some water. Mhm. That coming to a sense of trust with herself was an uphill climb here on Earth. That's the feeling. It was an uphill climb sometimes. And we huffed it out, not so fast, not so fast, because our knee gave out. Nora's usual way of approaching a thing that she gets excited about, like the little squirrel, right? Oh, I love that idea. Let me just jump in. And she did that 13 different times. That's our range here, right? 13 different times Nora chose, right, to answer a question for herself in some particular way that gave her a well-rounded understanding of the topic, the subject herself, and also that she could extrapolate the math automatically, and it's not that hard for her. For now, the gradual process that we're going through here in Nora demonstrating a change for herself, about 1 degree shift. For her, okay, it was an uphill climb, but now we're on stable ground again. We've got 5 universal truths that we can hold on to with all of our might from the edge. That's a scary step. That looks like a big old cliff. Yeah, it's a cliff if she were a little ant. Uh, whew, that feeling. That like, wow, that's a big drop. And I don't want to do that. That's a scary step, and I'm gonna just like do something else that's easier or do nothing about that situation. And whatever Nora chooses 13 times is fine with us. uh, there's no judgment going on here at any point. During Nora's process of recognition, allowance, signing permission slips for herself, no one else. I mean, well, in some literal sense, yes. But just being with herself for another few minutes. And being at peace, being comfortable, being quiet, being satisfied that her self, her body, is trustworthy. She's reliable. She's consistent. She's constant. She's shows up, keeps showing up for herself, right? Putting something out in the world in some way, medium, shape, fashion, form that came out of her. And these 5 truths are a good base for Nora. She is accepted and understood these ideas within her body to the best way possible, to the best of her ability in this moment. And so, what Nora needs to hear, she will tell herself. And using her human conditioned discernment here on planet Earth, will decide 13 times about an issue so that getting well-rounded idea of this situationship looked at from 13 different sides. Uh, that's an idea, and that's what we're doing here in this collaborative process with the other dimensional beings that never left. We exist. We're here doing our thing, just like Nora. And then repeating our cycles, repeating our lessons, and juicing. Not wheezing the juice, just juicing the grape, because we've got a lot to work with here. As far as releasing, continuing to release some BS, right? In order to be able to sustain a neutral point of existence, neutral point of being here in Nora's singular central body knowing core in her stomach, and demonstrating enough of a change for herself to remain curious and come back en unos 5 minutos a repetir lo mismo de nuevo en español. Regresamos.